Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Have to. Sorry, guys. I think today's my first day at this. I really do. All right, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm having a wonderful time here in the studio. I don't know if this is called a studio. This is an office, but everybody seems to call offices studios now. So I thought it was I should say stop. I am not funny today. Okay, Blessed Mama. Good afternoon, my love. Karen G, Texas Nan, Chadwell, 2 videos in one day. Yeah, that's because I took one of the days off this week. I didn't take it off, but I had to do a mess of studying, like on that Jolissa case. There's a lot of information. I didn't study it or follow it at the gate. So I had to literally stop an entire day and just get up to speed on exactly what happened. Reached out to as many people as I could reach out to about it to be as informed as possible. And some people that I reached out to, they had conversations with people in the family. So I rely on them quite a bit. But we still have to keep our analytics up. So you guys have been blessed with me for 2 times a day. One of these days, I'm just going to say, screw it and just go all day. And you guys can see how the magic happens behind the scenes. But I don't want to show everybody. Sorry. Hi, Shorty. Nice to see you. Debbie, nice to see you. Plastic Ghost. Some new people. Nice to see you guys. Jen P, Karen Davis, Pommy Mom, Lawful Awful, Pen 1010, it's nice to see you. Crazy Prepper Linda, Cassius, Kim, Guidance. Sorry guys, I'm eating my lunch and my lunch is apparently Pop-Tarts today. But I was dying. Michelle, Jean, Angel, Lynette, good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Miss Robin, Nikki. I'm trying to get to you guys, but it's rough. She came calling wildfire. Oh, nice to see you. I haven't seen you here in a little minute. Everybody else, I think I told you guys good morning this morning. Tammy Cook, nice to see you. Selena, Holly Dolly, great to have you guys here. Mine was bang and sour cream gummy worms. Oh, yay. Yeah, you're having one of those days like me. So anyways, I set up today because, there's still a lot of people speculating on this case and there's just a lot of hostility. And I don't know where it went from us being able to have decorum and debate issues and look at facts and debate our opinions and speculations to wanting to just all out war with people over their opinion or over this or over that. Who cares? But there's a lot of hostility out there. So I thought, well, what the heck? Let's open this up, let people because I really believe these chat rooms are where people need to vent, especially about their speculation and opinion. If it didn't come out of law enforcement's mouth and you didn't go out and get the information yourself, then you probably shouldn't rely on it so much so, that you're willing to die on that sword. Just my opinion. But I do realize people are very upset about this case. And, I look back and we get passionate about these cases. We get really, really passionate. And, when we're just, sometimes we just have this mentality of staying laser focused on the mission at hand and nothing deters us from that. And when we feel something is not right, we know it. We have it in our gut and we just want to go out and find it and prove it. I get it. Do that. And you should. But I figure we need to open this up and let people talk about this, let people get their thoughts out, let people say their opinion. Because there's no real right answer. I mean, there really isn't. We could literally go from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum because there's no right answer. There literally is no right answer. Emma! Oh my God, I see you. How are you doing? I'm so happy you're here. You just made my day. You really did. I have been worried sick. I think we all have. I think I worried the entire chat, by the way. I probably worried them more than I should. But it's so great to see you. I'm so happy. I hope you're doing well. I do. So that went down the wrong. Oops. Lots of things going on here. Don't choke me to death. Don't choke me to death. I got a show to still run. So I thought this would be a great time because there's no wrong answer. Why is there no wrong answer? Because we don't know anything yet. We still, all we really know is that she was seen on camera at 6:08. Let's just go down. I wish I would have put those pretty little cards together. What is wrong with me, right? I did those pretty cards for Jolissa, but not for Kiely. So what we know is at 6:08 on August 5th, she was seen in August. Yeah, she was seen. I have to look at this a little. I hate saying things wrong because I know I'll be attacked. So let's get it all right. So it's the 5th into the 6th. So on the 5th, she was seen at 6:08, 6 something in the morning or at night. We know she arrived at the party around 10 p.m. according to Mags. Mags left with her boyfriend about 10 minutes later. But what we factually know is that she was captured on camera on CCTV footage at the store in Truckee at 6:08 p.m. And we have text messages to her mother at 11:30. And we have at some point law enforcement came across some type of photography that showed her in that other jersey. Nobody ever seen her leave the party. And we questioned how can nobody see her leave the party? But there is possibilities here. And let's just look at what we got. Let me see if anybody's got any questions so far. Good. Well, we're glad you're getting better. I was freaking out for a little bit. Candy Apple, nice to see you. So let's just go over here to the maps, just see what was going on. And let's talk about this a little bit, about what, transpired. How could this happen? Let me go ahead and open the phone lines while we're here before I pop this on. I'll have to move this over here. Hold on just a second. Let me set this up so I can do a few different things here. Just a second. It's going to be a little harder for me to read your comments, but I've got to do this because I got to be able to put the phone over here so I don't have to worry about, I'm going to be showing my screen so much. I can't worry about it. Turn it on. It's popping up by accident. All right. I think I got it, guys. There we go. Okay. You guys can go to the top of the chat and there's a link to come onto the panel. There's also, I got the phones open. So if you guys would like to watch the call in on the phones at any time, you can. The phones are open. All you have to do if you want to come on panels, come on panel. So. Oh, I gotta bring this on, don't I? Kiely should have been found the next day if Ellie had done their job properly. I don't want to point the fingers at law enforcement. I get people are a little sore with law enforcement, but I don't want to be a part of it. I think, listen, law enforcement, the bottom line is the outcome would have been the same. This was a law enforcement agency that realized they were stuck. Something wasn't adding up. They must have had a gut feeling she never left here. They must have had a gut feeling because in all reality, I look back on it now. And when I look back on it, it sounds to me like, they kept asking anybody with any information or anybody saw her leave the party. They kept coming back to her leaving. So I think their information kept saying she never left there. And they were trying to find her and they were stumped. And, law enforcement, realizing that they need help, asked for it. And that's why I don't like blaming them, because they did everything, whether it was their poor training, whether it was the equipment that they were using, whatever it was, they took responsibility for that, but they still didn't have an ego problem. They still knew something, and they wanted to literally do anything they could to uncover that. And I really think that despite people wanting to blame someone, they called people in that could help them, and that did help them. And I like that. Redirecting my message. Hold on. What's to say? Okay. Done properly. She was close to the shore. I don't think she was as close as you might think, and there's a reason for that, and we'll go over that. She was did their job properly. She was close to the shore, and then they told AWP that they searched Prosser thoroughly. Good thing they didn't listen. They never planned on listening. They never planned on listening. Like they say all the time, they don't consider something searched until they search it. They said that going into this. We would have expected them to search that area. The reason why I disagree with your statement that you said she was so close to the shore, it was of my estimation that she was 55 feet out. 55 feet out. That's not close to shore. Why would she go out that far? Because she was sliding. There's a ridge up under that water. So once she went under and she finally hit the bottom of the ocean, she glided on the bottom of the ocean until she came to a resting point. Actually, I forgot to pull this. Let me show you. Give me just a second. Sorry, guys. I don't know how I forgot to pull this, and this was one of the things I was going to show you today. Give me just a second. Anissa, where? Hold on, let me see. Oh, you sent it to me personally. That's right. Hold on, we got a different one. Sorry, guys. I should have had this up and didn't. Anissa, where did you send me that? Am I missing it? Can you send that to me on the chat room, please? You know which one I'm talking about. I thought you had sent it to me there. I don't know what I was thinking. Check. No, I can't pull the text messages up on the computer, so I had asked Anissa to send it to me by messenger so I could download it to pull it up. At least I thought I did. I think I did. Okay. So anyways, this was originally, this little box here was originally what we thought was the original party area. And it's not. So we're just going to go, this was set the first thing. So we're just going to ride through here. I got 9 little slides to show you. We're going to talk about them a little bit. And then I want to, if you guys have any questions, want to call, just do whatever you guys want to do while I go through this. You're not going to interrupt me. So this is where we started. This is where we originally thought the party was. Clearly that was not the case. Now we're going to, I believe, start over. Hold on a second. There we go. So this is where she originally was supposed to go. One of the very first lakes that Adventurers with Purpose checked was this body of water right up here. And this body of water is called Donner Lake. So at some point, somebody must have thought that she might have made it at least close enough to home where that this was one of the very first bodies of water that they had searched. And then they had went ahead and went to the Avocado Reservoir. Why won't it go there? I don't understand what this thing is going through. I can't get this thing to work. I jumped ahead too many places. I forgot I still had those 2 missing people from Reno, Nevada still on here. So I want to tell you guys that. That's another case. Remember the 2 people that went missing from Reno, Nevada? They were from California, but they went there for a some kind of show, a car show. And they were last seen in Penn Valley. And they ended up being found in Penn Valley. However, they were deceased. It looked like they had a single car accident that rolled off the embankment, and they may have been ejected from that vehicle during their flipping. That's what I'm assuming. That's the last information I had on that case. I really didn't look into it any further because that case was solved before Kiely's was. So we went back here, and I believe that was even before Adventures with Purpose even came into town to look for her vehicle. I also don't want to blame law enforcement here, because they did have equipment there. Let's go over, just for the audience to understand what type of equipment they have there. They have decent equipment. So I'm not sure why this was a problem. I mean, they do have pretty advanced equipment. So, like I said, Placer County, they have their own pretty darn good equipment. I don't know why they weren't able to find her. Were they looking in the wrong spot at the time? I really just don't know. I don't know what equipment they use in that particular location. None of us really do. We think we do. But we don't know what they use. We haven't gotten that information. So I haven't really found a whole lot of good maps, in my opinion, that really kind of identify the location with specificity. I've heard a lot of people say that they they know exactly where everything is, but I still, the whole spot where the party location is off to me. Just my opinion, because I really don't know the exact location of this particular party. But Kiely's car was found right here, and here's the possible party location that I kind of thought seemed more probable. But there were some people that actually think that it was further up, either in this location here or like way up here somewhere. And I'm not sure, like some of the maps are showing that somewhere in here. I'm not sure if it's this far away. I kind of thought it would be more right here. But if it was over here or, even further this way, that would even be further and further away from where Kiely's car went in. So I'm a little confused. Maybe somebody out here can help me understand, if they know with specificity where the actual party location was. Because I'd like to get down there somehow and try to find the location of that one photo where we saw the light coming, in, and people have been speculating that could be where Kiely was went in, and people were actually looking, really hard, like they heard something. When we first saw that photo, we didn't see those people doing that or having that type of action. But then when we pulled the car was pulled out of that reservoir area. We start going back and looking at the limited party photos that have been released to the public or that the public can find. And when we saw the photo, many people honed in on that cascading light kind of in the background. There's like a break in the people in this photo, and you kind of just see this dim halo. And then there's a few people, even one almost leaning over to see or look in that direction. At least that's the way it appears to be captured in that photo. But we don't know if they were even looking in the direction of the reservoir, because we don't know where that photo was taken. So I'm a little, I still question that. In my opinion, I'm thinking someone else sent the text to Kiely's mom other than Kiely. I'm interested in that, Sophia. Why don't you call in if you would like? It's, people only hear your voice. Why don't you call in if you'd like and explain that? Explain why. And that's exactly why I opened this entire thing up, is because I am curious about, statements like that, like what brought you to that? Because, everybody comes up with these theories, even my theory, right? I come up with this theory because something made me feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So I have no idea. If you think that somebody sent Kiely's mom the text, what brought you to that? Like what made you feel that way? I'm just, curious. So if you'd like to come up on panel, because everybody got a little bit out of every single thing, like, and I understand that very clearly, because when I go back and I analyze, because many of you don't realize I was following a Summer Wells case, this little girl that went missing at the age of 5 out in Rogersville, Tennessee. And, I believe her parents are responsible because of the information that I had acquired on several trips out there. But there was something that led me to that conclusion more readily than really anything else. And that was the actual trip, for example, to their house. And when I saw them living up on a tall hill, that's kind of what solidified that there was no possibility of an abduction for me. So that's what I was trying to get at, like what made you, what statement, what statement or something else led you to believe that the text message was not sent by Kiely? And several people have said that. I have to be honest with you. I've even talked to several creators that I correspond with that said the same thing, that they believe that those text messages weren't sent by Kiely. So check your text messages. Oh, I think we're going backwards. Oh, maybe not. Hold on, let me see what this is. Oh, here. Oh, hold on. Okay, just to let you guys know, just for clarification, this is kind of more of an open panel discussion. So, I want everybody to be respectful. I'd like people to participate in calling in or coming on panel to talk about their positions. There is no arguing back and forth. If you have a position, just state your opinion. We don't want people feeling bad about their opinion, because again, there's no right answers here. There literally is no right answers here, because we have no idea what happened. So there's no right answer. So everybody in here is wrong. Right? So think of it like that. You can't, everybody in here is wrong. I'm just joking. All right, Anissa, what time is it? It's at 3:30. I don't know if you're able to call in or not, but me and you, Anissa and I don't necessarily agree at all on our theories. Her theory is a little different than my theory, you know. I don't believe there was any nefarious means. She believes there's nefarious means. Just like Sophia, you believe there's some nefarious means because you believe, I mean, what would be the purpose of somebody texting Kylie's mom except to buy time? So at least that would be my assumption as to why somebody would do that. I'm not sure if that's so, but everybody in here, I want you guys to be respectful. You know, we still have a decorum to keep in here. Chat, you know, we don't want to go too much down the rabbit holes, but we want to give people a peaceful place to express themselves. We're not, and this should be a good lesson for everybody in here. We have almost 200 people in the chat right now. If you don't like what they have to say, then just don't like it. We don't have to beat each other up over it, right? We don't have to attack each other over our opinions and our thoughts. You know, what we do is it's almost like, remember the debate club or when we were in school and we had to select the class president and we had to go to those debates. Remember that? Where, and sometimes we had to debate a topic in school and we didn't even get to pick what side of the argument we were going to be on. Our teacher is like, you're for this and you're against this. And it's like, oh, okay. So we didn't even have a choice, but we had to debate the information. And we had to do it respectfully. We were in class and we would get an F if we started screaming at the other person and saying, you're wrong. Right? Our teacher would be like, whoa, hey, take it back a notch, right? Which we all could learn a lesson from. We need to take it back a notch. Let's not beat each other up. I think it's important to note that she did not tell her mom she was going to or at the party. Have seen so many condemnations that the mom was okay. She was at a party so late. But Kay didn't tell her the full truth. Well, I don't know if we, Anne, I'm not sure if we know that for a fact or not. It could be alleged that, you know, I mean, I don't think I've heard her mom say that she didn't know she was going to this party. What I did hear out there, and again, this is the power of rumors, and I don't even know if this is accurate, but what I was told that happened is that Kylie was supposed to go to this car show. And it was the last minute that she changed her mind and decided to go to this party. We all know that Sammy and her know each other from the party scene. So it doesn't sound to me like she wasn't around the party environment. Now, really, is that the mom's to blame? I mean, she trusts her daughter. Let's look at the facts here. She's got a 16-year-old daughter that is ultra smart, ultra talented, just graduated high school 2 years earlier. You're talking about a parent that is just, you know, on cloud nine, totally proud of their immensely responsible child. And all the other parties that she went to, she handled and conducted herself very, very well. There are several things that could have happened here that, you know, where she would have been behind the wheel. Now, we don't know whether, and it's still a real possibility, you know, pending the toxicology. We don't know whether she was rufinol or not. If they find rufinol in her system, I guarantee somebody is going to jail for murder. You know, but if you find, you know, normal street drugs, marijuana, a little coke, you know, some, you know, a lot of alcohol, and it's absent of any toxicology findings that would allege that she was unaware of getting this, you know, that somebody made her this way. You know, I don't know. You know, I don't think it's the mom's fault, is what I'm saying. You know, she probably trusted her daughter. You know, this is not the first party her daughter had been to, but this was the biggest party and the most out of control party that was unforeseen to the party goers here. They weren't expecting this, in my opinion. They just weren't. They just weren't expecting all of this. I mean, there was a lot more people. Remember, the sheriff said he spoke to over 400 juveniles. Over 400. That's a lot of freaking people. That's like my party times 1,000 people. I don't know, not like that. 1,000 times. There we go. I'm sorry, but there is no way no one didn't see her leaving the party. Someone knows, has to know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, we assume that. And you know what? I have been at parties where there's a lot of booze. There's a lot of other things. Guess what? I was not, and I thought about it. I even wrote Robin and Nissa and said, you know what? I don't know if it's just because I'm getting old and I can't remember, or if I just wasn't paying attention. But I have to believe it's because I wasn't paying attention. There's music. There's lights in just that area that they are, and then that there's a cascade of light from that. And then after that cascade of light, there is a big black nothing out there. It's dark. You can't see in front of you. It's that dark. It's pitch black. If you can even imagine what pitch black is, it's that times 100. It's just dark out there. There's no lights, no nothing. Okay? You got music going on. People drunk. So when you're drunk, I don't know if you notice it, but when people have been drinking, they have a tendency to talk very loud. It's because the more you drink, the deafer you get. I'm not lying. It's something that has to do with the alcohol that does that to you. And I don't know if it's, you know, it's just, it slows your brain. It does something. So people are probably almost screaming out there. Plus you got alcohol. Plus you got a mess of loud music out there. You got people walking all over the place. People, I don't know. You would think that somebody would see her. I get that. But you're talking about 400 drunk kids. You know, I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, maybe. Show me your, Mama, show me your, okay. If you want to turn it off, I'm about to bring you up. Okay. So we got one person that we're adding to the stream. Hello.
Hi there.
So, how do you feel about this?
Well, okay, so I commented in your thing, and I've commented on Justice for Alls. My parents are actually both retired police officers from Washoe County Sheriff's Office. And they were one of the assisting agencies. But after my mom retired from there, she actually went and worked for Prosser County Sheriff's Office. Mm-hmm. So I've been talking to her about this case, and she doesn't think that the car ending up in the lake there necessarily adds up from her standpoint on it and knowing the area and having worked the area.
Gotcha. And what letter, well, maybe you don't know this answer. I don't want you putting words in her mouth, so just tell me if you don't know. But what led her to, obviously she's familiar with the area. I'm from Florida. I have, outside of Google Maps, no clue.
Oh, well, as kids, you know, we grew up camping up there a lot in Stampede and Frenchman's and spent a lot of time outdoors there. And then she worked there. Mm-hmm. And she said it's an odd place to be driving to end up there. Now,
what does she think about the wrong turn theory?
She just thinks that the shoreline there would probably be a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. But it does get really, really dark out there, so I'm kind of on the fence about it.
How dark does it get out there? Did I describe the darkness well, or am
I believe you did. I mean, it's pitch black.
Gotcha.
If she had headlights on, she might see a glimmer of it, but it gets so dark out in those mountains and by those lakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just know driving in a similar area when I was a kid, I actually drove my car into a ditch because it was so dark out, even with my headlights on. The stop sign was back further on the road, and then there was a ditch and then the main road. And I went 50 feet into the ditch from a stop sign. My car just flew and because it gets so dark out there.
Yeah, I went into a wheat field, so I know. I'm like, where am I? And next thing I know, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, what? They're like, you missed a turn somewhere.
But it's a small area, and a lot of the kids out there, I went to a private school up in Reno, but some came from Truckee, and it's a pretty small area. So parties and things like that isn't unheard of, if you will. And there's areas that they call like rehab highs and things like that throughout the area, because there are a lot of drugs within the schools, and higher end drugs within the schools and things like that as well.
Gotcha. So there are obviously more locations. So people that want to get away, I'm sure there's a lover's lane out there, like most country, small towns have.
Oh yes.
It's probably, it's no different than any small town. How many people would you say, if you may not know, is in the Truckee community? How many residents do they have? Do you know that?
It's not a very large community. I don't know the exact number. I would say probably not over 100,000. I wouldn't say. It's a pretty small community.
Gotcha.
And it's a snow town, so you have a bunch of more free spirits up there, if you will.
Gotcha. Well, this was insightful. Now, where do you know is the specific location of the particular party? Was it more toward that little finger that comes off the reservoir where Kiely was found? Was she there closer to there or further away, or you don't know?
Unfortunately, I don't know that.
Okay.
I've been trying to get, my mom's retired from there now, so I've been trying to get her to connect some questions for me in the background, but she still lives her own life as well.
Well, it's kind of crazy because it seems like that's the one thing that keeps moving around on everybody's map. Everybody that publishes a map out there, the one thing that keeps moving on all these maps, and it's just so confusing, is where people may have parked and where the party may have actually taken place. Those are the two spots, and it's so confusing. Like they're polar opposite locations. I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh, for sure. It's a very confusing thing, and I unfortunately live out of state now, or else I'd be up there. But I was like,
right.
I need to see where this actually happened, since I've been there so much in my younger days.
Yeah, I'm just interested in what people think. So, Mom thinks that there's a possible. Yeah, I can see where there's both ways. I can see where there's a possibility of foul play here. I mean, it's
and unfortunately, on the police side of it, is most of these divers and these specialty teams, are police officers by day and go to extra training. My dad, in his time, he was a hostage negotiator and things like that, and that was all extra. Those were things that they get called out on, but they still, have their regular job that they have to do as well. So unfortunately, the training just isn't there most of the time.
And I keep coming back to that because we all have that question. And even one of the people in the chat we were just talking about, it seems like somebody would know something, that somebody had to see her leave, and I think we bounce that back all the time. And I do myself as well. Like, how could somebody not see her? And so I go through the process of what would cause somebody not, or a group of people not to see somebody. And every time I go through that process, it's like, well, this makes sense. And this side of the list keeps getting bigger and bigger as to why they wouldn't have seen her as opposed to seeing her. Like, you make there's almost like a pro and con list. It's like this list is like full of why people wouldn't have seen her. And I've got just a short list of why they would have seen her. So maybe I need to talk to the people that believe that people should have seen them and go through their list, because maybe it's that just my side of the brain does not process like their side of the brain processes.
I don't think my side of the brain's processing that way either, because I go back to me being a 16-year-old kid and partying, and that's not what my thoughts were on. And, I'm much more responsible now, but that's after I'm a better hostess now. But back then it was, all about yourself and what you were doing and, who you were hanging out with or what you were drinking, and not about, oh, there's a car.
Yeah.
And if there were so many cars
you're talking to your friend, you could care less. Usually if somebody comes up to the party, you hear people talking, oh, hey, Jimmy's here. And that's what makes you turn your head, not the pulling into the driveway, because with 400 some odd people, let's face it, there was a lot of comings and goings out there.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I just think it's interesting, and I'm not excited to see what comes, but in anticipation to see what comes out of if we get any more results from the autopsy and things like that. I figured that maybe with them releasing her identity, maybe they could have said, it doesn't look like it was homicide. It looks like it was homicide or not, but I guess
I
we
have
just
to
wait and
think that
see.
at this point in the investigate, but would they let us know too? But I would think at this point in the investigation, she just went through an autopsy. If there was some significant signs that this was a homicide, you would think that it would immediately go over to a homicide, or if the accident wasn't readily or available to explain, things just don't add up. You would think that it would still roll over to a criminal investigation just to be on the safe side, that everything is followed, all dots are, all I's are dotted and all T's are crossed, but we haven't gotten there yet. From my knowledge, it's still in the active accident investigation.
Yes. So if I'm able to maybe weasel some more information out of her, I'd love to share it as
Yeah,
long as I'm
I'm
allowed
interested.
to.
Yeah, if you, I've been putting the panel link up every live anymore. So if you ever have a tidbit of information or just want to jabber about something else, hit that link and pop on in.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.
You too, Love Bug. See you
Bye.
later. Maybe I should start, instead of calling him Love Bug, start calling him Coffee Bean. You too, Coffee Bean. I love coffee beans. What is odd at the press conference? No one would admit contacting adventurers with purpose. Yeah, I think it's because I don't know. I can only speculate why nobody wanted to take the initiative. They don't want people saying, oh, you had a third party that, evidence preservation. We don't know what kind of certification or qualifications Adventure with Purpose have on record, other than their impressive 23 or 26 unsolved cases that they've helped solve in the last 2 years, which is an impeccable reputation, by the way. That is amazing. But I don't know. I don't know. I know the opposite side of the law enforcement. I don't know what they're allowed to do and what they're not, what's frowned upon, what isn't. I don't think trying to find her, they really gave a damn. But could they have provided Adventurers with Purpose some information that they would have been prohibited from releasing to a normal person? I don't know what the rules are about that, but I have to think that, I'm not sure. And you know what? I'm not sure how they feel about Adventurers with Purpose releasing the identity so quickly. But in all fairness, had any other YouTuber or anybody had been out there while they did that, in their, they usually have an area that they keep press back from, but you can still be there and you get a lot of information in that area, So we would have probably known before we left, even if we weren't, there, that it was her. So I don't know. I'm not sure why no one would admit to who actually reached out to them. Yeah, you know what? That might be, maybe some goals. You never know. I mean, what is the gentleman's name? Hold on, I got it right here. Doug Bishop. You never know. He may be one of those people that are hands-on, that, nobody can do a job as well as you can do a job type of person, type of mentality. And that's good. I mean, you've got a gift, right? And trying to train that gift and harness that gift to somebody else takes a lot of dedication, not just with your employees, and trying to train other people to be like you. It's hard. You can always be advanced, but it's hard to be the master, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So would he get more, a lot of this work that people do, especially on YouTube and stuff like that, they have made it big because of the work that they've done, but some people just do this work because it's what they love to do. And then taking them away from what they love to do to train others, that may not be their skill set. It might not be what they like to do. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how he got his skills, if he was trained like this, if he was in the military. I don't know too much about Doug Bishop personally, but I know that him and his partners and their employees and their group definitely have a very unique skill set, and kudos to them. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize because, and not only that, but what makes I need that thing. Anissa, did you send that back? Hopefully she did. Let me see if she sent that. I've got this thing. Maybe I should send it. Hold on. I've got it downloaded on my phone. I'll just send it through Messenger. Give me just a second, guys. I want to show you this because it was a really good. There it is. I did save it on my phone, but I just didn't send it. All right, here we go. I got it. It's coming. I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier. Oops, did I do that? All right. Here we go. This is a good example of I gotta hold on a second. There we go. Now I just gotta find. So here you go. This is kind of how it happens. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Can I make this bigger? Hold on. There we go. All right. Oops. Oh, well, let me go down. Let me drag it down. There we go, though. So you have the whole shore thing. There we go. Can you guys see that well, or yes? No? See if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it just a little bit bigger for you guys to see there. There we go. So this is kind of, let's just say, okay? So it's just taking you through this. So there's the shore right over here. And then as they approach the lake, then you start watching it as it starts getting in here. It starts taking a nosedive. And then as it takes a nosedive, see how it kind of starts twirling like backwards. That's what they're saying, how they're saying it happened. Like that. And that's how it's spun underwater. She didn't necessarily have to be going very fast at all to have that happen. That's just the progression, of that's the way it was explained. That's the way it was explained. What else did I have? Oh yeah, I had some photos I wanted to show you guys too. Where are they? The family statement I thought was beautiful for a family that's suffering, with the loss of their daughter, to take the time out and to have such a beautiful statement released to the public in their time of tragedy was just amazing. As you guys can see, it says friends, excuse me, friends, family, law enforcement, media, and our global community. We are eternally grateful for the love and support you have shown us in the last couple weeks. We have weathered the storm of unfathomable force, and it is purely thanks to the army of warriors, matriarchs, healers, and helpers holding us up that we continue to stand today. Mr. Rogers famously told a story of looking for the helpers whenever he saw scary things in the news. We have not had to look for the helpers, as you all had come to our rescue in full force. We are forever indebted to you. While we accept this sadness cast under death's sorrow, the rising sun shines light upon us. Remind us not to mourn our loss, but to celebrate Kiely's spirit and the gift that we all received in knowing her. Kiely will surely remain with us, even though we will not get her back. There are certain occasions when words fail. Perhaps this is why our human nature has given us art, dance, and music, which all are often more effective ways to connect us to each other and our rawest emotions. Kindly excuse us as we retreat and dance privately to life's songs while we celebrate our daughter's spirit and our healing and heal our souls. I just thought that was just a beautiful, for they're going through just unthinkable pain. And they are just able to put in thoughts such a beautiful thank you. And here's some more information. Everybody's been asking, because some people, and I think it was Don B that was on here talking about that the car was sitting on its side as opposed to on its roof. So here it is. It is kind of sitting more on the driver's door than it is on the roof of the car. So I tried to capture this the best I could so you guys could see the angles, but it didn't give me the ones that I put that on. And then of course we've got to update that timeline, but now that we have some more information, but there it is. It is kind of on its side. It's not on the roof of the car. So that could really explain the busted window, the dent in the driver's side door, as well as the broken mirror. Is it because of this position right here? We have that dent in the driver's side door, and it makes me wonder if for some reason that was because there was a hard rock or something hard down there that this slid on or rolled on. And if that's the case, that could have been enough force to break the actual door window. So that's what I'm thinking could have happened. There are other possibilities there of how that driver's side window was busted out. I don't know what that is. Ellie got the money for the equipment, but the equipment is a tool, and the tool is only as good as the person using it. That is absolutely right, Ann. Ellie clearly was not properly focused or managed. AWP came in and worked intelligently, right? Because they have the experience, they have the expertise and the knowledge and the skill set for this type of thing. And it's something that the skill set and tools that they utilize on a daily basis as opposed to maybe only once or twice a year. Big difference there. I'm here, in my opinion, the sheriff screwed up and waited too long to accept outside help. That they may have been hesitant, that may be correct, but they may have been hesitant for a number of reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may have been hesitant about it. At the end of the day, if they really believed she was underwater, they already knew that she was not getting, she's already lost her life. So I have to think that, they kind of knew she was not going to make it. So even whether it was resolved for 1 day or 10 days, yeah, I would have saved a lot of taxpayer money. But again, we all have to remember that it wasn't law enforcement that put this car here, so let's just, they do the best they can. I try to say this all the time on this channel, and, I do it religiously. Law enforcement are human beings. They're not superhumans. They make mistakes, you know, especially in situations that they're not accustomed to dealing with all the time. Sometimes I think we expect so much out of law enforcement. You know, I do what I do. I hear it all the time. But leave it to law enforcement. Leave it to law enforcement. Sometimes it takes a YouTuber. I'm just saying. Clip that. Sometimes it takes a YouTuber. Maybe we should make some. Maybe that should be the next shirt I make. Sometimes you just need a YouTuber. Bullhorn Betty. Oh. We circled the area and sent them to you. Steve, PI Steve was on location. Okay. There's another car parked in that photo. Wondering if that is. I don't know. But the car was definitely not, you know, I mean, it was upside down, as you can see. I mean, the whole license plate is upside down. So the car, I mean, it wasn't, you know, flipped over on its side that way. It was like it tumbled on its roof and then twisted onto the driver's door, you know, kind of, it was almost, let me see if I can do this right. We'll see if my drawing skills will clear this up. Actually, it won't, because I need a 3D image, not a 2D image. So, all right, guys. Well, let me just see what else. I know I got a lot of stuff here, and I remember I wanted to go over all of it, but let me just see what else we have. And if you guys did miss it, for the people in here, if you guys did miss it, her body was confirmed. It was identified as hers, which many of us knew when we heard this. This is just an update. Then we'll get right back to her case. You know, this is the family of Jolissa Fuentes, and they are stocking up on stuff for Adventures with Purpose. They are so excited that Adventures with Purpose are coming in to help the family try to find answers and try to find out what happened to her. The family, again, it's you know, no disrespect to the family in the least, but you know, they have said that they don't believe that Jolissa was intoxicated that day. You know, I don't know how I feel. You know, again, I don't know her, so it's not like I can just say, hey, you know, this is, I'm trying to restore there we go. I ended up knocking my whole page down. They didn't think she was intoxicated, you know, and they said that her behavior was out of the ordinary. And they also said they didn't know why she'd be in the Avocado Lake, Pine Flat Lake area. But it sounds like to me, this is someplace she frequents with her friends to smoke marijuana, you know, often, or is familiar to frequenting. So I have a funny feeling that, you know, it was so early in the morning. She probably knew everybody was sleeping and nobody was awake, and probably didn't want to let them know that she was going there. But I'm very curious to find out where her last ping was. I'm trying to put all this stuff on the maps for you guys, because I think it just kind of clears a little thing, you know, a lot of this stuff up. So that's that. Oh, and of course, many of you guys heard about this. Let's go ahead and play this. This has been hitting me all the social media platforms, where he snuck and recorded her without her knowing. And he says, you know, Kiely, I took this video without telling you. I knew that I needed to save that moment of holding you close at sunset. I'm going to live the way you would want me to live from here on out. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to take care of your friends. I'm going to take care of your family. I'm going to help anyone who needs it. I know that's what you want me to do. I love you so much, my beautiful angel. I'm not giving up on you. And it has a dove and a broken heart. It's hard for me to even read that without choking up. You know, it's tough. Probably should have done it. So this is the best one I've been able to find so far as the location of the party. And, you know, I thought this was I thought it was either here or here, but some people are saying it's right here at this location. So this is the best one I've been able to find so far. This is the area.
But I guess if you look at this,
Right in. And it kind of looks like it goes down at an angle. She could have just rolled in there and just kept rolling for all we know.
See how it looks flat, but it's quite a walk here.
So it's going down at an angle. Wow, I didn't know that. It looked all flat from the angles I had.
If you look at this, she could have just be going too fast and not being able to stop and go right in the water. See how it looks flat, but it's quite a walk here.
I can't remember. Yeah, the identity was confirmed. And we got that. We just watched that. So I think that's it. All right. Well, that's it, folks. So I'll if you guys would like to. Oh, here's the actual video footage. I put this in slow motion for you guys. Right there. You start seeing it. See how it's at an angle? It's right there at an angle. It's not really on its roof, but it is upside down. You can even see the Honda emblem.
At this point, we've mentioned earlier.
Okay, so that was it. I just wanted to show you guys that in slow-mo. I thought that was pretty impactful. Many people have been saying, you know, what were they talking about with it being on the side? And then just something on a news topic that is not really dominated. Well, it did dominate the year, not stuff that we typically talk about, but it was a little bit of good news. I don't know if many of you guys know that Kobe Bryant and his daughter were killed in a helicopter crash that claimed other lives as well. But there were some photos that were actually leaked from law enforcement or possibly first responder personnel of some sort. And it caused immense emotional duress for his widowed wife. Well, she just got done with a trial related to that very thing, and she is now 16. She was awarded $16 million over those release of the crash photos. So just thought that it's not something that we typically cover, but it was very sad to me when this whole case happened, and to hear that his daughter was involved in it, and just looking back at all those beautiful videos and photos and stuff of him and his daughter always together. He looked like a really good dad, and I can't imagine how his wife must have felt, not only losing her husband, which I can only imagine was probably the rock of their family, as well as her daughter. It probably had to shake her faith to the core. And it's just, and to have insult with injury with people passing around photos of something like that, there's just no words to describe how that would make me feel in the same situation. So I just thought it was something that we all followed. You know, I'm pretty sure we all heard and remember the day that this happened. But it was just nice seeing that she was able to at least get some vindication. I hope that never happens ever again anyone. So anyways, with that being said, guys, I don't have a whole lot more to go over. I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to vet, and none of you did except Ron was telling us something. So, you know, what do you do? What do you do? But I went over all the information that I had readily available to me related to this. We're going to start bringing some attention to Jolissa tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about the Jolissa case, Jolissa Fuentes case. So I will see you guys all bright and early for Coffee Club in the morning. If you guys have never been to the Coffee Club, I hope you stop by. If you found this video or any of my prior videos entertaining as well as informative, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. For those people that support this channel, I'm trying to make it out to Monkey Vaughn to help out in that particular situation, that case, and bring some content back to you guys. That's all the way in Idaho. And so I'm working on, we established my budget at $1,200. We're almost there, folks. We need probably about another $450 left to go on this trip. So if you feel like helping out, the majority of the people that have been helping sponsor and crowdfund, they've all been about $5, $10, and $20, all under $25. So it really goes to a good cause, and you will get amazing content. If you haven't had an opportunity to look at what we do, actually, let me just show you. For all those people that aren't familiar with what we do, let me show you. There are you.
The day I met Bullhorn Betty and Jonathan Lee Ridges, they were protesting in front of the Laundries home. I began to document them, and little did I know, the three of us would spend the next few months traveling together. Nothing scares us, even if it means crossing a freezing cold river and getting wet. We put our lives in danger because we want to find answers. It gives us purpose, even if it means going undercover to get those answers, or visiting the scene of a crime and paying our respects. Searching for the truth isn't easy. It gets you out of your comfort zone and makes you see things in a different perspective. And it's this perspective that we want the world to see. At the end of the day, we fight for justice. We fight for those who don't have a voice. We fight for those who were silenced.
So, I mean, that's just, we travel all, typically I collaborate. I do collaborate and have collaborated the majority of my time with Chronicles of Olivia as well as Jonathan. But you know what, our schedules get all crazy, and there's, we all have different things that we're going on. So we do collab on the stuff we can collab on, and I try to collab with other creators on other stuff. So this particular trip is to go out to Michael Vaughn, get a lay of the land, help pass out flyers, do our part for that community, and just show you. We heard the police chief come out and say that the parents are not the focus of their investigation. So I want to go out there and look for how an abduction could have happened for this little boy. And we want to go over that information and answer questions. So if it's something that you would like to help out with, please don't forget, we have the PayPal, the Venmo, and the Cash App. Thank you so much. So with that, guys, that was it. 2 times in 2 days. I'm not going to go for a 3rd time, but please be back here tomorrow morning for the Coffee Club. And don't forget to be fearless.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.